All right, Cauldron and Pioneer. Here we go, chat. So shout out first of all, shout out to Tonber. Tonber sent me a list that was very close to this. I made a couple of changes, but there was a deck that we had worked on a little while ago that was a Kellen Pastor special that had like Cartel Aristocrat, Thalia's Lieutenant, and then you're comboing those cards with the Ozolith. So the idea here is Lieutenant puts a lot of counters on your stuff. You can then sacrifice those cards to Cartel Aristocrat. All of the stuff that has counters like gets moved, like they go onto the Ozolith. And then when you have stuff like Star Pupil and Enduring Bondwarden, you kind of get double duty because if you have a Star Pupil with two, let's say you have two counters because you played a Lieutenant, you sacrifice the pupil moves its counters onto something, ideally the Cartel Aristocrat, and then it puts two counters on the Ozolith, which then you can go to combat and get the two counters back on the Cartel Aristocrat. So Ozolith is kind of a way to double up on stuff like Star Pupil and Enduring Bondwarden, but everything changed when Wilds of Eldraine dropped because now we have Agatha's Soul Cauldron. So the concept here is you're using Soul Cauldron. We have a couple of things that have activated abilities, like Priest of Forgotten Gods, Cartel Aristocrat, Scorn-Blade Berserker, another thing that puts counters, and in Enduring Bondwarden, not so much. But you have those three cards that have activated abilities. So you have like there's some cool lines where you can go like activate Priest, sacrifice Priest to Cartel, exile it with Cauldron, and then use Priest again with the creature that you put a counter on. And then Priest, again, very powerful with the stuff like Star Pupil and Enduring Bondwarden because you get to redistribute the counters. And then again, still if you have Ozolith, you can get counters on Ozolith and keep going that way. And then like Thalia's Lieutenant is kind of busted in this deck because all of your creatures are humans, and a lot of them, again, like going back to the Bondwarden Star Pupil stuff, if you put counters on those, you're doubling up on their ability because you're getting more counters, and then you're moving those onto other creatures. And you kind of have this combo finish where you sacrifice a bunch of stuff to Cartel Aristocrat and just give it protection from all five colors, and then just kill your opponent with it because they can't block it. And then you have Knight-Errant of Eos kind of for some added consistency. You'll notice we have 14 1-drops, so we're very good at convoking this out early, and it helps you find the pieces that you're missing, like Cartel Aristocrat, Lieutenant, or Priest if you have a Cauldron going. And then Return to the Ranks is kind of the sort of the top-end spell here, where you like sacrifice a bunch of your 1-drops, return for, one or two, get a couple of these back, sack to Cartel Aristocrat, keep going. It's also good when you have like Priest of Forgotten Gods with Soul Cauldron, where you, again, it's going back to that line where you go activate Priest, sack the Priest to Cartel, Soul Cauldron, the Priest, and then you can return back your 1-drops to activate the Priest again. So there's just like a lot of cool stuff going on. 2 copies of Hunted Witness, they replace themselves. They're powerful with Priest, but they don't work with the counter synergy, so they're not quite as good. So only a couple copies of those. But a lot of stuff going on here, and I think a very, very good home for the Soul Cauldron. Look, I gotta tell you, I've seen a lot of decks in Modern with Soul Cauldron, but this card is largely underexplored in Pioneer, and I think, myself included, a lot of people kind of wrote it off because there's no Walking Ballista. But to be honest with you, there's just a lot more stuff that you can do with Cauldron outside of Ballista. So I think this is a really cool idea. We'll have to see how it plays out. Hopefully we can dodge Karn, because I mean, I guess the one thing I will note about like this deck is the only thing that Karn shuts off in the entire deck list is Cauldron. So we've played other Scales decks in the past that have like Hangerback Walker, Steel Overseer, some other artifacts that get shut off. This is the only thing that Karn shuts off, so maybe it's not that bad. This is a Pioneer list. What's up, Def Jad? How you doing, homie? What's up? If you Bond Warden a Star Pupil, do you triple up on it? Yes. That's another good thing to point out. So, Star Pupil has the ability on it that says when Star Pupil dies, put its counters on target creature you control. And then Bond Warden says, or actually, how does that work? Because you have 2 separate instances of when this creature dies, put its counters on target creature you control. I think you do double up on it. I'm pretty sure. You have 21 paper copies from back in the day. Yeah, it works the way you want, okay. Yeah, because you get 2 separate instances of when this creature dies, put its counters on a creature. Great Beard with the 7 months of Prime. Thank you very, very much. Reminding chat to utilize the Prime subs if you have them available. Thank you for the 7 months, Greatbeard. Simic Scales, I'll take a look after. Again, there's so much stuff you can do with Cauldron. We're only just barely scratching the surface. Kind of don't want to play a Lieutenant quite yet. I want to get more stuff into play. Lieutenant's a more efficient use of mana. I could also just like sacrifice this, attack for 2, sack draw card, make a 1/1, but I think I'd rather get the Ozolith in play first. And then we can Lieutenant next turn. Get counters on these. And then we can go sacrifice this, counters here, move them here, attack. And then even if they kill this, we go back on the Ozolith. "300-person Lil LCQ already posted the metagame breakdown on stream. It's the expected stuff. Rakdos mid 1, Green Devo 2. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I expected, but I was hoping for something different. Ropeburn gifting a sub to Koido. Thank you for the gifted sub, Ropeburn. God, we're getting so close, chat. 169. We got 31 to go. Thank you for the gifted, Ropeburn. We got till Sunday. I believe. Trying to figure out how to jam in an Ace Rack combo. What, Cauldron? Wonder what Cauldron does for us in Ace Rack combo. Probably some stuff. Trying to think of what activated abilities you have in that deck. I'm going to untap to so one of my players is bringing the spice to the RCQ. I am going to untap, yeah. Wasn't it copy Gwenna? Oh, I didn't think about that. It does make it so that you have extra copies of Gwenna. Well, the only issue there, Obi-Wan, is it doesn't have the Gwenna untap ability on it. So it doesn't necessarily, you know what I mean? It doesn't go super deep. Eliminate. Sure, that's fine. Right, but the problem is, like, so Gwenna has the ability to untap when you cast a spell. Oh, I guess that's a good point. You can make Rona a Gwenna, so it still kind of doubles up your Gwennas. I see that. I see what you're saying. Any good dishes so far? You could classify this as a good dish. Non-token creature. Kind of want to sack this. Because then we just go counter on Ozolith. And then we go counter on Lieutenant, move the counters onto the Soldier token, I think. Attack for 6. I think this looks good. God, Ozolith is really good against the deck that has all Fatal Pushes, Eliminates, and Shieldred's Edicts. This card is so hard for them to beat. Alright, didn't draw a spell. This is a lethal attack. You need help? What do you need help with? Joldred's Edict. So they go to 4. Okay. Not dead yet. Definitely staying alive. Ooh, Divination, PogChamp. Combat. So we go counters here. They're going to eliminate that, which means that's fine. We go counter here. Counter there. So they go to 1. Well, any human would have been lethal there. Did not draw any human. Flooding out a little bit here. I did not know Ozolith works on non-artifact creatures. Yeah, no, it's just any creature. For my RCQ, should I run Scam or 4-color Beans? I have access to... Whoa! They just scoop with 5 cards in hand? They just couldn't beat a 2-mana creature? That's shocking. Considering that I was drawing 2 more lands in a row. I don't know how I won that game. We won the game because our deck is better. For my RCQ, should I run Scam or 4-color Beans? I mean, you should just play Scam. I'm only not playing Scam because I'm stubborn. And I'm playing Coffers this weekend, but... I mean, there's really no good reason to play anything other than Scam right now. I know that sounds kind of like all doom and gloom, but I mean that's just the reality of it. Dude, I watched Spike play against Scam today, and it was so heartbreaking watching him lose that match. Just like, what is going on here? What kind of soup you making? What kind of soup do you think Agatha's brewing up in that hot tub? I feel like she's brewing up some like maybe like clam chowder. All right, what do you want against control? Cartographer cube. I don't even know what the card list is. Some combination of these cards are good against Dimir. I mean, Thoughtseize not bad either. I don't want to bring in 9 cards though. Clam chowder wouldn't be that green. If it was sitting out for, you know, a little bit too long, maybe. I'm going to cut Return, just because they have Extinction Event. It's still pretty good, though. I don't know what's bad against them. This is going to sound weird, but I feel like this might be my worst card. Just, like, Lords in general are not that great into Sweepers. Could maybe cut Cartel, too, although Cartel has protection against their spot removal. I don't want to cut too. I don't want to go down too much on creatures though. Maybe trim a Soul Cauldron for one of these. Let's try this. Get the Priest out. I think I like Priest more than Lieutenant just because it draws cards. Although it's kind of awkward in the Nar set. Would this hand be better with these as Lieutenants or Priests? I mean, I'd rather have one of each, obviously, but you know the answer. Yeah, I think the answer is Priest. St. Nick's just sent me something that said Wet Scales. Bro, where are your Hadana's climbs? You can't send me a blue-green deck with Hardened Scales and no Hadana's Climb. Like, what's going on here? Mod check Hadana's Climb. We have to play at least 1 or 2 copies. Come on, man. We have to. Rafine's Tower Pass. This one. Go. No March Ozolith question mark. What do you mean by that? I'm just gonna jam Priest. High upside if they don't have a counterspell. They probably do. Alright, tech. We have a second one anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, why didn't I play Cave that turn? Answer is because I am a Pepega. That's why. Yeah, that's awkward. I forgore. Alright, guess this card. Surely they don't have another counterspell, right? I maybe should have went to combat first. Maybe they fatal push this. Probably not. Okay. I'm just going to put the counter here. I think. No, it's better to put the counter here. It's better against removal spells, I should say. Alright, go. Never my intention to brag. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Where do I want the counter from Berserker? I think here. So let's cast Berserker. Target this. Should have played the Cave. I was thinking about playing around not Make Despair, but Censor. Or Jawari Disruption. But I probably should have played the Cave that turn. Cartel Witness. And then I think... I mean, we kind of just lose the game if they have Extinction Event. Not that there's really much I can do about that. I guess I can draw a card. Or, better yet, draw a card off of this, put the counters here. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. Because I'm not losing any power on the board this way, and I'm at least drawing a card here. Alright, don't Extinction Event me, please. I mean, we have like a decent-ish follow-up if they do have it. Not that we can ever win, but we can pretend like we have outs. 5 mana. That I can beat, maybe. That one I can perhaps, maybe, possibly beat. I have 4 cards in hand. Probably just send everything into Fairy here. Question is, Do I want to Bondwarden here first? Well, the other thing I could do is go Pupil, Bondwarden on Pupil. No, that doesn't work. Actually, I can, right? We go Cartel, Pupil, Bondwarden, Pupil, send both at Teferi. If they have Go for the Throat, we just sack the Pupil, make a 5/5, and kill Teferi. Right? So let's do that. Let's play Cartel first. And this plays around them having a spot removal spell for Knight. Because I really want to kill Teferi this turn. I mean, this is worse into Wrath, but if they had a Wrath, they would have cast it that turn, I think. Like, they would certainly cast Wrath before Teferi. They could find it. But I think I like this line. Alright, so Pupil first. Bondwarden onto Pupil. Go to combat. Send both at Teferi. Teferi dies, and really hope they don't have a Wrath. Please don't Wrath me. They have the 6 CMC Wrath. Yeah, that's true. They could have Farewell. That's a good point. I'm just used to these. Like, most of the time, the blue-white decks will probably have Verdicts before they have Farewell. Unless you're playing Lotus Field. And if they're playing Esper, they're definitely not playing Lotus Field. Okay, so we definitely don't have to commit more. I'm just going to go to combat, right? I'm just going to go to combat. Make them act. Easily could be a 6-0 for me when I make the change to Rhinos. Trying to convince Cool Stuff to make a Rhino token for me. You should. They messaged me about, I think they messaged me a little bit about it. Making a 2/2. Okay. What's their plan? Why did I attack with the 0-1? I don't know. Okay. Guess I'll sack this. Protection from white. Okay. I go to 9. I guess we play Witness so that if they have a Wrath, we at least have a creature left over. Go. So if they Wrath us, we can go sacrifice Berserker, draw a card, let the Wrath resolve. And then we have 1/1 plus Cave left over, I guess. What's up, Ojago? Settle the Wreckage jump scare. Have you ever seen me play around Settle the Wreckage in your entire life? Like, that's just a card that doesn't exist. Like, I don't know. Ooh, that's an interesting draw. Do we cast it pre-combat to get back 2 Bondwardens? I can tap the Berserker and leave up 2 mana as well, right? X equals 2. Yeah, I like that. Let's lead with this. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. I like this. We'll see what they do. If they let this resolve, which they can't, I don't think. Draw 2 cards. Okay. What is our plan? You gonna win the box with Black Wings? Wait, your locals pays out a box? Ours doesn't pay out nearly that well. The first time that I ever went to the locals, I 4-0'd. And when I 4-0'd, I think I got like 40 in credit for 4-0, which I guess is not that bad for a $10 entry, and they give us 2 OTS packs. Sacrifice non-token creature. Okay, I'll sacrifice. This card is not very good against me, I'll tell you that much. So, do we just load up on Cartel now? I think. Isn't this just Omega Lethal? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can pro black, pro white, pro blue. There's just nothing they can have, right? So, sacrifice this. Counters here. Yeah, there's just nothing they can have here. I don't think so. So we sack the first one we want to go pro black. We can't pro white early because then if we protection from white, then we can't target our own Cartel with the second Pupil. So keep that in mind. But we're going to go pro black, then pro blue, then pro white, and kill them with a 9/9. Pro black. Sack this. Counters here. Why not just swing all they have one blocker? Because this is fancier. Pro white. Go to combat. It's cooler to kill them with a single cartel, you know? I guess they could have some kind of weirdo life gain spell. I don't know. Maybe I should just send everything. Whatever. This is what I'm doing. You could have, like, Cling or something. I didn't play her on Cling. I know. It is a Cauldron deck. You wouldn't know because we didn't draw it, but it is a Cauldron deck. Considering that it says Cooking with Cauldron in the title, Mikey. Yes, this is a Cauldron deck. But if we still haven't hit the goal, then I might want to try and stream like later at night tomorrow, and then stream like all day Sunday till we hit it. I'm leaning on Bondwarden, I think. What's up, Tomber? This deck feels pretty good. I mean, I guess to be fair, our last opponent didn't really do that much, but why is Moto like super laggy right now? Is it just me? I feel like I should restart. What's going on with Moto right now? Hold, please. I'm gonna restart. Can't be leaking the password. Don't hackermans me. Don't do it. Don't hackermans me. Most Magic players can't read. That's why my cards are in Japanese. What if your opponent knows Japanese, though? Favored Hoplite. Really wish we had a Priest of the Forgotten Gods. So, do we double 1-drop here and set up for Knight, or do we just play Cauldron? I think we have to double 1-drop. So, let's go here. Yeah, we have to set up for Knight next turn, because we need to try and find Priest. Ideally, we find Priest plus Cartel. Then the turn after, well, I guess we still wouldn't have enough mana to play Cauldron, Priest, and Cartel, because then we can go sack Priest to Cartel, exile with Cauldron, and then have an active Priest. I think Moto's dying. Yeah, the RCQ is modern. I'm playing Coffers. I'm borrowing the Coffers deck from a friend. I'm just going to keep loading up on the Bondwardens, I think. Load up here and then send. Not Troning? No, why would I play Tron? Do I look like a Tron player to you? Don't answer that question. Reckless Rage. Oh, do they have a second one? That'd suck if they have a second one. I don't think they would make this play unless they had two. Oh, never mind. Well, that doesn't matter that much then, because I can just keep moving counters. The play made sense if they had a second one, because what they could do is just kill this in response to me targeting it. Do I chump block? No, because I want a Knight for 2. Ooh. Maybe I don't want a Knight for 2. Yeah, I guess we just play that. Yeah, let's just go Priest attack for 3. It's not the most efficient use of my mana, but getting this in play against their deck is so important. And then even if they kill Priest, like say they kill Priest and do nothing else, and I draw a 1-drop, I can go Cauldron, exile Priest, counter here, play the 1-drop, and then have an active Priest. So that would be kind of sick. You have Karn as your avatar? No, you can't vote to change it. Karn is the best avatar. Well, I mean, I want the Grief avatar, but I'm not rich enough to afford it, because they only give that out to I don't even know who they gave that out to. I know they had a giveaway for it. I unfortunately didn't win the giveaway. Alright, what's the plan here? What is the plan, Stan? This is a tough turn. So, if I activate Priest, they sack a Swift Spear. Then I have 2 mana, which lets me play Priest and Cauldron. But, like, is it better to Knight first? It's probably better to Knight first, right? Because then I can find a 1-drop. So if I Knight first, 1-drop, activate Priest, sack, Bondwarden that, counters there, Cauldron, play Knight. Yeah, I think it's better to play the Knight first, right? Oh no, if I play Knight, then this is super awkward. Because I can't tap the Priest, right? So I guess I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Knight. Sack these two. They sack this, then I play Cauldron. Cauldron, exile this, counter here. We could just make a big-ass Knight, too. I'm gonna play Knight first. I'm gonna do this. I think this is right. Interesting. So I guess we take Lieutenant Pupil? Yeah, Lieutenant Pupil. Do this. Counters here. And then if we hopefully we rip a white source to play the Pupil? No. Do we Cauldron or Priest? I think it's just better to get more bodies in play. Yeah, I think it's better to get more bodies in play. Because I might want to double Priest next turn. Like, if I find a white source, I can triple spell. 3... Yeah, then I can double Priest activation. Okay. They can't really get through my 7/7, though, so we have a lot of time. Okay. So, Pupil... Lieutenant... Trigger... About to dominate. Here. Sack this, sack this. Counters here. It's up, ride or die. I'm deep in the tank right now. And then we can go Berserker, Pupil, Priest again. And then force a chump block. Wait, this is going kind of brazy. And then we get to Cauldron after the fact. Wait, this is kind of cracked. This is wild. Oh, I should have... No, never mind. That's fine. I was going to say I should have pupiled first, but I couldn't pupil first. Because I drew the white source off of the Priest. Alright. You have to chump block now. Wait, this went crazy. God damn, dude. That was a fucking turn, alright. Sheesh. Alright, good luck. That was impressive. Damn. Damn. Alright, what do we want against Heroic? Probably just Fatal Pushes. Yeah, this card is, like, extremely busted, and when you combine it with Cauldron, it just goes so ridiculous. I guess we didn't even Cauldron that game. We just drew 2 of them, and just like, alright, sack your whole board. It's such a sick card. I think this is probably a matchup we don't have time for return. And I don't want to cut a lot of my creatures and, like, make my deck less synergistic, so I'm just going to do that and not bring in Thoughtseize. Yeah, there's so much you can do with Cauldron, dude. That card opens up just, like, Pandora's box, basically. The possibilities are endless. Endless. Somebody had mentioned Cauldron in Acererak combo. So the advantage there is if you have a Rona in play and a Gwena in your graveyard, you can exile your Gwena, put a counter on your Rona, and effectively turn your Rona into another Gwena, because you untap every time you cast a legendary spell. So that's really hot too. I didn't even thought about that. You say I should hold on to my 2 paper copies of Cauldron? Yeah, obviously. I mean, they're expensive. Are they still like $40 or something? Did they go up? Alright, Fatal Push. Fatal Push. Shit. Double one drop opens up a better lieutenant or Knight-Errant turn. Mm, yeah, I guess we double one drop here. And I might probably chump block here with Witness. I'm gonna go counter here. So then if they kill the Bondwarden, we get the counters back on this. Go. Subtlety is almost 40 tickets. On Moto? Jesus. That's insane. I know they've gotten expensive in paper too. I'm really glad I bought mine when I did. I think I bought mine for like $8 in paper, and I have the borderless ones. Alright, how much am I taking? How much damage is it? 14? Alright, Fatal Push. And protection. I don't think we have any outs now. I have 2 cards in hand. I'm trying to think of, like, if there's a play that makes it more likely that I can survive this turn. Like, I could just go Berserker Lieutenant. Yeah, I probably have to do that. Just go wide. Go wide, Joel. And then I can leave this back to chump block because it has 5 toughness, and I get the counters. Attack for 3. Hope that... So this is 8 right now. If they have 1 spell plus connive, that's 12. Minus 5 is 7, so I block with these 2. 7. 12 minus 7 is 5. I got a 1. Okay. I mean, it's not a good plan, but it's kind of the only plan that I have. And this is assuming they only have, like, 1 spell, which they probably have more than 1 spell. Oh, yeah, that works, too. Alright, well, this matchup is kind of tough when you don't draw a Priest or a Fatal Push. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in Thoughtseize. Just don't have time for Cauldron. Let's try that. Just a couple Thoughtseizes, not all 4. But yeah, Cauldron is kind of slow in this matchup. Even on the play with Priest, it's still kind of tough. Like, I'd rather just open Thoughtseize and Thoughtseize their stupid double strike guy. I mean, can't really mulligan a hand with Fatal Push, but the sand is kind of mid. Kind of mid. Doesn't do a lot. It's not explosive. You got a Cauldron in your pity pack given by an LGS a couple weeks for going 0-3. That's funny. 0-3 the draft, still get a Cauldron. Giga Chad. I don't want to kill this. I'd much rather save the Fatal Push for their Virtuoso. So, let's just play 2 spells. Counter here, probably. And then if this dies, we get counter here. Favored Hoplite. Okay. This is kind of fine. If they attack here, I'll take it. Then I just go Fatal Push this. This is, like, totally fine. Push this, play Lieutenant. We can race them, potentially. The Swiss Spear is not threatening at all. Yeah. That's my plan. Maybe I should have played the Pupil there instead. It's kind of close. Maybe we're just not really effectively racing them. Store Championship is WoW sealed. Is it really? Yikes. I thought they were all supposed to be modern now. I guess they can choose the format. Attack for 6. I guess we take this. Knight-Errant of Eos. Okay, Pupil, trigger Lieutenant. And now the question is... I think we are meant to hold back the Witness. Yeah. Because that's the one I think I'm most likely to block with. The Lieutenant's nice. Just take Lieutenant Bondwarden, I think. And then pass. 2 blockers. 2 white creatures, though. So maybe it's better to tap this and leave back this for God's Willing purposes. Yeah, not drawing Priest in the post-board games. Kind of tough. Priest is like the card that is hardest for them to beat, but it's kind of tough when you don't have it. 6/5, huh? No, Arcanus is not Pioneer legal. I don't think so. Unless it was reprinted in some random set, but I don't think it was. I kind of think I'm supposed to just chump with the Witness, just to gain 3 life. Yeah, I think I like that. I mean, if they're only attacking with this, maybe their hand just sucks. Because I feel like if they had any number of spells, they would probably also attack with the Swift Spear. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know why they didn't attack with this. So this is 7, put me to 4. Okay, this is doable. I think. Oh, you know what? We could just load up on the lifeline creature, right? We could just go deep on Ozolith. Right, I can go Bondwarden, counter here, Bondwarden, counter here, sack, draw a card, counters here, pump up lifelink token. It's probably my best play, right? And hope they don't have Reckless Rage. Just hope they gain a shit ton of life. Doctors are about to arrive. So, counters here, please no Reckless Rage. We definitely win if they don't have Reckless Rage. Ooh. Is there any other removal spell they could have? Like, Destroy Evil, I guess? I don't know. 10/10? No, it's gonna be a 12/12. Target it. I don't know. Volley. Yeah, I don't think they play Destroy Evil, right? God's Willing? Oh, right. Protection. Yeah. That is a good point. They could just block in God's Willing. Well, not much I can do about that, right? Yeah, we can't beat God's Willing anyways. If we just pass, they God's Willing this, we have all white creatures, so... I'm just thinking if I should also attack with the 5/5. Probably? No. I mean, theoretically, if they go block God's Willing, we can maybe have enough toughness to survive, and then just untap and attack again the next turn, right? If God's Willing, they would have killed me last turn. Oh, they would have God's Willing the Swift Spear. Wasn't that short, though? So they dealt me to... Oh, no, they could have God's Willing this. Could they have? I don't know if they could have killed me last turn. They might have been short. Alright, well. Should be chilling now. 12/12 lifelink, let's go. Ozolith is kind of hot. Can we die from here? They can, like, have a double strike spell for their Legionnaire, maybe? Yeah, big chillin'. Alright, well now that I'm at 16, I'll Thoughtseize you. What do you got? Do you have a response? Monstrous Raids, Shajiri, Shelter. Okay, well. You're dead. What's this? Okay, that's fine. I accept. I guess they're not technically dead. Right? Yeah, they're not technically dead, but they can't win, I don't think. We're going to be at 26. We know their last card is only a Monstrous Rage. Nah, they don't want to play anymore. 2-0. Let's go. No priest necessary. Your life. You don't drink coffee? I would die without coffee. And you piss on the swab. Giga Chad. Blood Crypt tapped. Blood Crypt tapped, huh? So Stomp is what we have to worry about. I don't know if it's better to play Priest or Cauldron first. I feel like even against Stomp, it still might be Priest, right? Because they stomp the Priest, then we could just go land Pupil Cauldron, put a counter on Pupil main phase, turn after Knight-Errant plus activate. Yeah, because under the, like, if they don't have, if they have Bloodtithe and not Stomp, then this is a much better play. And even if they have Stomp, we still have Cauldron. It's like, still not that bad. 9:30 a.m. Mountain Dew. Which flavor of Mountain Dew is so? Do you think that, like, the hardcore gamers have, like, a different type of Mountain Dew they drink for morning, afternoon, and night gaming? Like, morning is Voltage, afternoon is Code Red, and then midnight is, like, didn't they come out with, like, a darker, I forget the name of it. It's like a darker Mountain Dew. It's the gamer code. Not Baja Blast, but the, it's like not Midnight or Twilight or something. I don't even know. Code Brown. No, it's not called Code Brown. Is it Voodoo? Yeah, Voodoo. That's what it is. They have, like, a schedule. Yeah, monsters for each part of the day. I think we just Bondwarden Knight here. Counters here. Maybe I should have put a counter on itself. Is it better to go Cartel? No, I think it's better Knight. I don't really know how we lose this game. Like, it's game one. They don't have sweepers. I'll take a second Bondwarden. Second Cartel's better if they Thoughtseize this one. I don't know if it matters. But yeah, I don't know how they win this game one. Yeah, that's a good point. If they seize me, I just Cauldron it. That is not sufficient. Okay, so let's go Bondwarden. Counter here. Lieutenant. Counters there. And then I guess we want to Herm. Activate Priest twice here. What if I just, like, passed? I guess I want to use the black mana. I don't really have anything to do with the black mana. Like, I want to sack this, because this has the double up this turn. So what if we go sack these two? This is way too many triggers. I don't know what's happening here. Counters here. Counters here. I'm just, like, clicking buttons. I don't know, dude. I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm simply just clicking buttons. Make them figure it out. Okay. Are they gonna sack Harvester? Do I care about the Bankbuster? Well, okay, let's just go to combat. Yeah, let's go to combat. Just gonna attack. Because if they try to put the 4/4 on the 4/4, I can just eat a creature with the Cauldron. Right. Playing this in paper seems like a nightmare. Yeah. It's just so many counters. And it gets kind of crazy when you have, like, double Bondwarden, because these stack. It's kind of, it gets a little, like, it gets hard to keep track of, you know? because like this stacks, but only until the end of turn. So if you play the Bondwarden, you have to sack at that turn to get the extra counter. But if you wait a turn, then you don't get the extra counter the following turn. It's just like, you know what I mean? Just a lot of stuff going on. This doesn't do anything. Oh, I should have put the counters here. I wanted to deal them more damage, but I should have put the counters here. Would have been better. It is 4 damage, I don't know. But now it's like not that great if they kill this, because I can't move the counters. If I had an Ozolith, I wouldn't care, but again, I don't think it mattered at that point. They're just so far behind. Okay, what do we want against Rakdos? Uber Jews, thank you for the follow. Again, chat, we are getting so close. Thank you guys for all of the support the past couple of days. We are only just barely over 30 subs away from our goal, which if we are trying to get that goal by the end of Sunday. So if you got a spare Prime sub and you want to help us get towards that goal, would greatly appreciate it. This deck looks busted, question mark. It's not bad. Push and Specialist. Something like that, yeah. Definitely Specialist. I don't know about Push. What do we care about pushing? Oh, I know what we care about pushing. Fucking Misery Shadow. I can't ever beat that card. Mostly just Shadow. That card's impossible to beat. Every time the opponent casts a removal spell that game, it made the situation worse for them. That's why this deck is so good. It has like the same... It's kind of like the same vibe as Hardened Scales in Modern, where it's like, if you cast a removal spell, you just die on the spot, you know? So you just can't ever cast your removal spells. I don't know what I meant to cut against Rakdos. What do you think, chap? Could trim on Return. Because it can be dicey if they load up on Graveyard Hate. Like, imagine if they boarded in, like, a bunch of hearses and go blanks, and we just have 6 cards that interact with the graveyard. So I could see trimming a Return. I could see trimming a Lieutenant. Yeah, Trespasser and Misery Shadow. They have a lot of, like, anti-graveyard stuff. Man, I want these pushes, but... Did I just cut all the returns? And, like, one Ozolith, maybe? Yeah, let's try that. Tomik is really mostly for Lotus Field. Is Gobakhan not worth considering here? I don't think so. The only card that you really ever want Gobakhan against is exactly Extinction Event, but you can kind of just play through it. You can play around it. You have enough concentration of, like, you have half ones and half twos kind of thing. So you can make a board that makes Extinction Event not completely backbreaking. Right, I'm swapping Graveyard Synergy, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to board in Specialist and keep in all of the other graveyard stuff, because then it's just, you know what I mean? To be forced to trade. I mean, the other option is just Fatal Push Bondwarden. It's probably better, right? I mean, how likely is it they don't have a removal spell for Priest? Okay, what happens if they play Fable? So if I push Bondwarden, counter here, attack, they go Fable, then I can go... guess we could just play Knight if they Fable us and save the Priest. But that's kind of dicey. Really close turn. I'm going to go push Bondwarden. I don't know if this is right, but I'm going to do this. I could have also put the counter on the Bondwarden, because now if they kill the Witness, I lose this counter. Yeah, I was thinking that I wanted the counter on here to be able to push through Fable if they played it next turn. But that's probably worse than just, like, splitting up the counters if they have a removal spell. That's a ridiculous draw. Jesus. Wow, that is an insane draw. I'm still gonna play Priest, though, I think. Am I, though? They probably just have Stomp, right? I'm just gonna play that, actually. Now if they have Stomp, they have to kill this in response. That's why I didn't play a pre-combat. Oh, we're stomping Bondwarden. Should I main phase this? Play around another stomp? Probably. So now they go land Shieldred. Okay. It's our best draw here. Not that. So now we just want any creature. Any creature I'm reviving. I know I've been slacking on Pioneer, but I have to look up cards you're playing. I mean, this isn't... I wouldn't say this is a stock deck, Ed. Fatal Push. Guess we can Cauldron it. Carlos Spicy Wiener with the song request. Got you in a second, hold on. So we don't really have a card that generates multiple bodies, which means we can't trigger Priest this turn. Go counter here. Let me get the song request in the queue. Did we cut the Resolutes? Yeah, I didn't know what else to cut. I tried to figure out what to cut to make room for certain stuff, but I couldn't figure out anything else to cut. I think we honestly just fucking jam. We're not winning this game by sitting back here. Yeah, we just jam. Put them to 6. Then we can block sack. They go back up to 8. Yeah. I mean, I guess this way we can block sack, find a creature. Yeah, maybe this was bad. Can't you play Zerda's Companion? 4, 8, 9, 10. I can't draw a card here. If I draw a card, I go to 10, take 8, then I die to Shieldred. Zerda as Companion. No, because Bondwarden doesn't have an ability. Yeah, we're not even close. This also doesn't have an ability. Knight doesn't have an ability. There's plenty of stuff that doesn't have an ability. Yeah, Star Pupil. Yeah. Too many things. Okay. Okay. Alright, game 3. Okay, dude. Okay. Wanted to cut a Return to the Ranks against Removal deck. I was worried that they were going to have a shit ton of graveyard hate. Like, and I didn't want to be all in on, like, 3 Return, 3 Cauldron, and the 2 Specialist. And I boarded in more graveyard synergistic stuff. Maybe Cauldron's worse? I don't know. It's kind of tough. This hand's good. This hand goes crazy. I think we just triple 1-drop and try to draw Knight. What's up, Cathal? Somebody gifted you a sub. I think it was last night or the night before. No, my Cauldron. Not my Cauldron. Yeah, had it the whole time. I think we load up on... No, we just split the counters. I want one on each Bondwarden, I think. It's best against removal. Join me in peace. God, we're getting so close to that goal. So close, chat. I can taste it. So close. Yeah. See, this was actually an 8-card hand, but what we did is we took the Knight-Errant of Eos and put it on top to make them think that we didn't have it for Thoughtseize. That's how that works. Oh my god. I think we still Knight here, for sure, right? As much as I want to play the Specialist here. I'm just going to take the busted 2-drops. Your turn. This song is starting out nice, Carlos. Yeah, they deserve to lose with this heinous Sulphurous Springs. Kidding me? Alright, so... I think they're very likely to have Extinction Event. So I think my plan is going to be... Star Pupil, Cartel Aristocrat. Because they can't kill Cartel. And this way, if they Extinction Event Odd, I can just sack, load up on Cartel. And then have this as a follow-up. I think I like this better. Yeah, people still play Greasefang, for sure. Okay. They name Audit Resolution. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. I guess this doesn't necessarily play around it. I guess what I would do in that case is I would go sack here, move here, sack here, move here. Or no. Sack here, move here, sack here, move here. And then if they name even, I still have a 3/4. Which is, like, not terrible. Not ideal, but not terrible. That's annoying. Where are the scales? You can't play... The 3-color decks in Pioneer just don't work. You just can't play 3 colors. Interesting. I could sack Pupil, counter on Bondwarden, Specialist, get back Pupil, send both. And then if they block Cartel, I can sack Pupil, counter on Cartel, pro black. The other line is Lieutenant Shove. What happens if I Lieutenant Shove and they have push? So if I Lieutenant Shove, they block Pupil, I sacrifice that Pupil to put counters on Cartel, which is fine, because they take 9 and go to 6. It's better to sack Bondwarden. Yeah, I guess it would be. We could sack Bondwarden. You know what we could do? We could go sack Bondwarden, counters on Cartel, Specialist back Bondwarden, ETB counter on Pupil, send everything. If they block the 2/2 people, well, that doesn't work, because then we sack the 3/3 Pupil, the counters on the other one, they push that, then we move the counters on the Cartel. That's worse than just playing Lieutenant, I think. Yeah, that's just worse than playing Lieutenant. Okay, well, it appears they just have nothing in their dead anyways, so that's good. Okay. They're blocking the Pupil. So sack here, counters here, they push. How about I just don't do that, then? How about we just go here? Bro black. Okay, go. Take 10. I could have tried to kill the Trespasser, but that's really dicey if they have a push there. And I don't really know how we're meant to lose this game anyways, you know? I mean, I guess Extinction Event's still kind of awkward. Maybe. That's like the one card that could maybe get them out. So their plan is Sokinzon to block the Cartel. I'm going to cast this card. Okay, what happens if I let them go to blocks? I mean, the only thing they can have is Sokinzon, right? I think I might even be able to beat Sokinzon. Yeah, right? Because they block 3 and I just load up the one that's unblocked. Yeah, they're still dead. Block here, block here, block here. I sack this, but counters here. Alright, you're dead. Didge. Protection from green. Damage. Nice. 3-0, let's go. This deck's feeling good, chat. I'm gonna tell you right now, this deck's feeling good. This might be the best Cauldron deck we played so far. To be fair, we haven't played a lot. We've only played a couple of Cauldron decks. Gigantha. This hand is really slow. Doesn't really do anything. This one's better. What am I putting back is the question. Is it just Cauldron? I think it's Cauldron. Beans, Lotus Field Control, yay or nay? I've seen a couple of lists. They look fine. It's really, I mean, it's nice that you get to play Yorion in Pioneer. Yorion is really good with Beans. Sacrifice. That's our sack matchup. Probably not great. I think we should be mana efficient this turn. Actually, no, that doesn't make any sense, right? Because if I need to draw land to be able to Knight regardless, and I'd rather save a Lieutenant, and I don't have any 3-drops in my deck, so there's no point in going, like, Lieutenant this turn, draw land, Berserker into Knight, we can Knight for 3, because... yeah. So I'm just going to play Lieutenant. I actually kind of don't want to attack. Because if they don't have a push in hand, I don't want to give them 2 looks at a push. Okay, this works. Do I save the Berserker? I think we save the Berserker. Also, I don't want to get greedy if they if they waited on Fatal Push. You know what I mean? Those are good. So definitely take Lieutenant. And I think the other one... Bondwarden, maybe? It's either Bondwarden or Witness. I'm going to take Bondwarden, I think. Yeah, let's do that. We can Knight again next turn. Dispute now, sure. Surprised they didn't dispute main phase. Because it's until your next end step, so they would have gotten... I guess they wanted to block and then dispute, sure. Thable. Thable's okay. Meow. Okay. So now if we find a Cartel Aristocrat off the second Knight, we can go kind of crazy. Trying to think of how I want to sequence this. So again, we don't have any 3-drops in our deck, so we only have to Knight for 2. So... I mean, I guess regardless, I can only attack with 1 thing this turn, because I need at least 5 mana. Just trying to think if I want to commit anything first. Oh, that's a good point. 5 can hit a 3rd Knight. I could go, like... Bondwarden, counter on itself, Lieutenant, and then Knight with all 5. Maybe that's the best. Yeah, let's do that. Bondwarden, counter on itself, Lieutenant. Maybe I should have saved the Lieutenant. And then here... There's the Cartel. Man, it's like situations like this that I almost want to play some sort of Zulaport type effect when you have Cartel plus Return. But it's, I don't know, it's the only stuff that it's only good with exactly Return, I think. Because you don't have a ton of guys that replace themselves. Like, this list is only playing 2 Hunted Witness. Yeah, it seems probably win more. It also doesn't work with Cauldron. Like, if you Cauldron the Zulaport, you don't really get any extra value off of that. So it's probably just not worth it. Bloodtithe the Harvester. Okay. Oven's pretty good for them. Fatal Bush Lieutenant. So... I'm trying to think here. I definitely want to start attacking this turn. Let's just play Cartel first. See what they do about this. Maybe they have a response. Play Pupil. Like, how deep can I go on Cartel this turn? I can go really deep, right? Can go sack Bondwarden. Counters here, sack Bondwarden, counters here. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures in play. Return back all 3. Should we just wait to do that till next turn? Like, I'm just trying to think. I can do all that next turn too, right? Attack and move counters to unblocked. Well, if I attack with too many things, then I can't return. But I guess if I'm winning, if I'm going to return next turn... Yeah, we could just return next turn, I think. So let's just send, like, everything but this. Just send the creatures that are 4 or more power. Or I guess 3 or more power. Yeah, I like this. Okay, that's fine. Sack there. Okay. Go to 8. Your turn. Get back Cat. Or I guess they wait on Cat for Mayhem Devil. If they cast Devil, we need to respond with Cartel. Yes. Yeah, if they play Devil this turn, we have to respond to the Devil and sack, because otherwise they can, like, respond to our Cartel activations and sack more stuff. Although, I think we have enough material in play to just protect from that anyways. But if we also make a bigger Cartel, then there's no way they can get around that. I mean, now they're just dead, right? Like, Omega dead. I can probably, like, 20 them this turn. Okay. Berserker. Counter on this. Back up there. Sack, draw card. Counters here. Sack here. This. Pro black. Go sack here. Counters here. Bro red. And then we can go Lieutenant? No, I should have fucked that up. It doesn't matter, but I should have returned before Lieutenant. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I can only do it for 3, right? So 1, 2, 3, done. 3, 4, 5. And they're like Omega dead. Counter here. Counter here. Okay. Yep, triggers. Yep, triggers. Man. Doom really likes the break moto. Yeah, this is 15. Attack. Bro black, bro red. Alright, cool. Cool. Rakdos Sack. What do we want against Rakdos Sack? I want anything? I don't even know. I could bring in Fatal Push for Mayhem Devil, but, like, do I care that much? I could just outsize Mayhem Devil. Devil is kind of annoying, because I do sacrifice a lot of my own stuff. But is it that necessary? Cauldron, randomly good against Cat Oven, too. Just being able to exile that. Break that up. I'm trying to think of how important Fatal Push is. I don't think I really need it that much. I think I want to keep the returns. Because post-board, they're going to have a lot more removal. Cut Priest for push. Priest is not great. Priest is not great. Because they just have like a million... They have like a bunch of stuff that they can sack to Priest. Like sack a Witness or something. We could do 2 Priest, 2 push. I don't want to cut all the Priests because they are still pretty good with Cauldron. But I could see trimming. I think that's good. And then same thing with push. Like, I don't want to draw multiple pushes. It's only really good against Devil. I think this hand's too slow. It's just really clunky. Yeah. It's hard to keep a hand in this deck without a 1-drop. This hand is better. It's a really good 7. I think I'm just going to put back Cauldron. Which seems weird. Maybe it's Lieutenant? Is it ever Lieutenant here? I don't think it can be Knight. It's definitely not Cartel or the 1-drop. It's definitely not a land. It's between Lieutenant and Cauldron. I think I like my initial reaction. Cauldron's just a little bit slower on the draw. I'm not putting back a land, Tom. Get out of here. 2 gifted subs and I'll put back a land in that case. I gotta charge you for it, you know? Shit ain't free. Basically, 2 gifted subs to tank the game. There you go. This is going to work out poorly for me if they have Fatal Push. Because they can sack, I protect, and they push. I'd love to draw land here. I'm definitely going to take that. Chatting redeemed a Dono deck. What you got for me? Let me write that down so I don't forget. Don't OQ. Did draw the land, that's nice. Hello, thanks for chatting. Alright, I got you down. Yeah, put in the Discord eventually. You got plenty of time. So I cleared out those 3 last night, and we cleared out Monkey Brain. So then I'm going to move Ari up to this week. And then I'm going to move Pause 9 up to this week. So there's 8 in the queue right now with you. A lot in the queue. The queue is full. Absolutely full. We definitely Knight here. Definitely Knight. Hit 2. Okay, pass the turn. So now we're a little more insulated against Fatal Push, because if they sack Harvester, we can sack here, counter here, they push, we sack this. So they would need double push. And then if we draw land, we can go 1-drop, 1-drop Lieutenant. That'd be a sick turn. Land goes so crazy here. And Tomber wanted me to put back a land. The Chad maneuver. That makes this really awkward. We respond. Sack Pupil, pro black, counter on Cartel. And then what can they really do with their Devil? They can kill Knight, I guess. Right? Attack with Shaman, I block. Sack Harvester, they kill Knight. Yeah, if I don't respond, things just get really bad, so I think I have to respond. Counter here, pro black. It's nice they don't have a mana available first. Because if I did that in response, they could push this in response. But they didn't have a mana. Alright, they're just going to kill the Knight now. Okay. Kind of fine. Yeah, I mean, this was going to happen anyways. Yeah. Alright, Knight down. I take 4. Need a land here. Land helps. Land, please. It's not great. It's not great. They're out of material. Not really, because they have the Goblin Shaman token. But they don't have a lot of material. What's my play here? Is it just Pupil Lieutenant? The other line is like... Nah, Pupil... If I play Pupil Return, I can't really get back... I can't get back 2 Pupils. Yeah, I think it's just Pupil Lieutenant and try to just outsize them. Like, they're gonna get to kill a Lieutenant with Devil, but I think that's okay. I'm gonna hold back for a turn. And then, like, maybe there's a world that I can set up a one-shot. Okay. Deadly Dispute Sec Witness. That's kind of rough. And they are targeting Lieutenant. I want to see what they hit off Witness first. They hit a Volley and a Hive. Running Volley makes this kind of awkward, doesn't it? What if I go sack Pupil, counters on Cartel in response to this? And then if I do that, they volley the Cartel, then I sack the Lieutenant pro red. The other option is sack Pupil to Cartel, counters on Lieutenant? But then they just volley Lieutenant, right? And that doesn't really work out that well. So yeah, let's just do this. Let's do this. Counters here. This is going to be one of the stacks of all time. They are targeting Lieutenant. Okay, I want to go counters here. I basically just want to force this volley out of them. Well, I'll still do it to pro red. Yeah, whatever. Pro red. Yeah, I'm not really sure how we're meant to beat Reflection Devil. So, I agree with you. It's going to be tough. That's a next turn kind of problem, though, you know? That's not a this turn type of problem. We'll figure it out next turn. Why are they attacking? Because they just want the 1 damage. I guess they want the treasure for next turn. Oh, they drew a Blood Tithe. Okay. Fatal Push, I guess? It's not a Fatal Push. So Reflection, copy. Well, I mean, as it sits, they only have 2 things to sack. Maybe there's a way. No, there's not. There's definitely not a way. I mean, yeah. All right, game 3. Game 3. Game number 3. Right, so they have the Harvester, the Blood, and the Reflection. That's 6 damage already. Yeah, we're probably just dead. Yeah, but they're copying the Mayhem Devil, which is not a legendary creature. I'm gonna keep this. It's another. What's another? Mayhem Devil? No, it counts itself. It just says whenever a permanent is sacrificed, deal 1 damage. Is it all X spells, or is it just Quarter Calling? Because I did see that Quarter Calling was broken. I didn't know if it was all X spells, though. Is it really all X spells? I'm trying to think if I've played any recently. I don't think I have. Oh, Prismatic Ending? That's funny. Explosives. Had an issue yesterday with Stonebrain. Well, here comes emergency downtime then, right? Any emergency downtimers? Second copy of Witness. Let's go... Berserker, counter on Pupil. Lieutenant. Counters on everything. And just send for 6. Sure. They hit a Dispute and a Raminap Ruins. Okay, that's fine. Thoughtseize me. I accept. Cartel down. We should be chill in this game, right? Can push Lieutenant, I guess. Yeah, they're taking a shitload of damage. And now they can't ever kill this. We have a 3/3 Pupil, too. Yeah, that's fine. Is Adapt an activated ability? It is. Oh, is that game? Is that just game? So... Sack here, 6/6, 3 here, sack here. So 6/6, 4 counters here. That's only 10, right? It's basically +3. Yeah, it's only 10. Is it worth sacking Berserker? I don't even think so. I'll just steal them 7. We can kill them next turn very easily. Yeah, just hold. There's not much they can do to get out of this. I guess they can, like, Extinction Event. Oh, wait, they could have Hitotsugus. That doesn't matter in the slightest. But why would they play Hitotsugus in their Rakdos Sacrifice deck, right? They clearly don't have that. Okay, so... Sack here. Counters here. They are targeting the Witness. Sure, that's fine. Witness down. Get a 1/1. Counters there. Counters there. Bro black. Go to combat. Sick! Oh, chat, we're 4-0. Let's go. God, it feels so good to be 4-0 with a brand new brew. Let's fucking go, dude. Can we get some hype in the chat? Let's get some hype. All right, 5-0 prediction. This deck is bait. We're on the draw. This hand is nuts. I'm going to keep. My opponent also 4-0. Our opponent's 1-1. Sheesh. Copperline Gorge. Okay. So, I think we want to lead with Witness. Not that I don't like the game, I just don't understand it. Yeah. I mean, current Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a lot more confusing than Edison. There's a lot less explosiveness going on in Edison. It's less confusing, I guess, as it were. Easiest block of my life. They should not attack with this. I don't know why they are. Why would you ever attack here? Paid actor? Just jam this, I think. It's highest upside, right? I'm not going to block with the 1/1. Kumano seems good against this deck. Kind of, but it only works when they're damaging my creatures. If I sacrifice my creatures, then Kumano doesn't do anything, right? It's not like Misery Shadow where everything gets exiled regardless. Yeah, next turn's gonna be absurd. They probably have Play with Fire. Wouldn't be surprised. Lethal Demolition, okay. They have Stoke the Flames. They hit a Bushwhacker off of that, which they can't cast. I guess Priest is not very good against Lethal Demolition, huh? Okay, what's our plan here? So, I have a question. How enjoyable is a mono-greenless league? Very, very enjoyable. Extremely. Bondwarden on itself, then Scorn-Blade it. Yeah, I mean, I think what I'm doing is I'm just going to go... I'm trying to think if it's worth activating Priest, or if it's better to just go, like, Bondwarden, Berserker, Knight. Can I go Bondwarden, Berserker, Knight, and sack? And still attack with the Soldier? I don't think I have enough mana, right? 1, 2, 3... No, I only have enough to... I can go Bondwarden, Berserker, Knight, but then I can't attack. Yeah, we're one short. If they whack, you are dead. So what, you just don't want to tap the Priest? I mean, I kind of wanted to go Bondwarden on itself, Berserker on Bondwarden, tap this, sack these two, make a 3/3, and then attack for 3, go to 13. They lose a Goblin token. That's kind of what I wanted to do. I'm going to do that. It'll be a 5/5/2. No. Bondwarden... Does Bondwarden double? Oh, right. It would double. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Yeah, 1, 2... No, it doesn't double. Why doesn't it double? I thought it did. Activate Priest before blocks. How so? Activate Priest before blocks? Oh, you're saying we could go to blocks and then activate Priest on their turn? Maybe that was better? We can, like, block with these two, then after blocks, activate Priest. Sack those two, but then they just sack one of the creatures that was blocked. That could have been better. What's up, Sneaky? I'm doing good. We're 4-0 right now. This deck is feeling really nice. Although, I will say, we have not played against Mono Green yet, so that's probably part of the reason that we're winning? Yeah, sometimes you just gotta whack your bush. Anybody up whacking the bush? Not blocking. We're dead to command. Oh, they're just gonna kill this. Kinda cringe. Kinda cringe. So we go to 6. Well, that certainly doesn't help. Needed to draw a spell there. We did somehow hit 2 1-drops off of this, which is kind of insane. But we're probably just dead this turn. If we're not dead this turn, I don't hate our spot. But good chance we're dead. One, pause champ. Somehow not dead. So now we have to go... We have to go Pupil Witness Pass. Because I think I have to do this on blocks, right? Yeah, I think we have to go Pupil Witness Pass. And just chill. Can I attack with Knight? I have 3 blockers for their 3 attackers. I kind of have to assume they have nothing anyways, right? Like, is there any spell in their deck that I can beat? I guess I'm just dead to any haste creature if I attack with Knight. Wincon's Lifelinker. Well, the problem is I can't really grow the Lifelinker that much. You know what I mean? I guess we should play around a haste creature. Because, like, if I end of turn the Priest... If I sack these two, I can't actually put the counter on the 1/1. Because the 1/1's not in play when this ability goes to resolve. Okay, that's a good sign. So now do we even end of turn the Priest? I guess we can sack these two, counter on the Knight. They go to 9. I think we should end of turn this, right? Because there's a potential that I want to be able to attack with the 1/1. Yeah, so we sack these two. We go counter here. They go to 9. Okay. That kind of... Jesus Christ. So now what? Stop drawing lands? I'm trying over here. I could sack Knight Pupil, counter here to go to 3? But then I'm just dead on board, right? I sack Knight Pupil, they sack token, I gain 2, go to 3, they flip this and still have 3 in play, even if they don't draw a land for Raminap. Yeah, I know. So do we just have to, like, Pupil pass and Fatal Land? I guess I could attack with the Knight, right? And then just Fatal Land. Need a Fatal Land and a creature. They could draw this card. That's like the only card in their deck that doesn't kill me. Or this into a creature and maybe they brick. Yeah, play with fire too. I think this is our only way out. Attack here, play Pupil, pass, hope they brick. Play Pupil first, then swing. What's the point of playing Pupil first? Yeah, we're dead to a land, we're dead to a shock, we're dead to a haste creature. Well, we're not dead to a haste creature this way, right? Yeah, we're also dead to that. I could have played around that. Is there any... Can I do anything? Hold on. I don't know if I have any way out, but we can try. How about land? How about land number 10? Does that work? Jesus. That's a lot of lands. Alright. It should be a good matchup. Except for when you draw 10 lands. Yeah, land, Joel, land. Actual landlord over here. Yo, dog, I heard you like lands. Do I even want a sideboard? The only thing I could even think of is Fatal Push. Sack Pupil, put counter on Knight, deal them 2 via Priest equals 9 damage. Oh, sure. I mean, they're chump blocking either way, but yeah, I gotcha. Do we want answers to Loyalist? Yeah, that's kind of why I'm thinking about Fatal Push. I feel like Cauldron might be too slow. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut the Cauldrons. Could bring in Specialist just for lifelink. Maybe worth it. The sand's really good. I keep. It's very good. Excelente. Sideboard out a land, clearly. That's a really good draw. Just gonna go high roll, lead with Priest. If they don't have shock, then we're chilling. Fudrud, thank you for the 9 months of Prime. Greatly appreciate the sub, Fudrud. Getting us that much closer to the sub goal. Thank you. Well, my moto is lagging so bad. Are we like... Is the stream dying? No, the bitrate looks pretty good. Maybe it's just moto. They did kill the Priest. Does Bondwarden double up counters with another copy? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay, I guess we shock. Go Cartel Pupil. Shove. The stream is fine. Good. Floodred again, thank you for the 9 months. Appreciate the sub. Getting us that much closer. We drew 10 lands, but only really want 4 or 5. Can we get away with cutting 5 to 6 lands from the deck? Yeah, we could just play like 16, 15. Probably fine. It's advanced scales. Is Twiddlestorm good in Modern? It's probably okay. I've tried it a couple of times. It feels fine. The math checks out. Does it really? I feel like it doesn't. I feel like you're trolling me. Whoa. Very, very charming. So loot, make a treasure, or make a wicked roll. This card does not seem very good. Okay. Wicked. Lieutenant Knight-Errant. I'm not sure how they ever get out of this. Oh, they're gonna kill something with a trigger on the stack. It's really unfortunate. I guess I sack the Pupil, counters here to save the Bondwarden. Sure, because I think I'd rather have the Bondwarden in play. Pro red. I mean, this is kind of fine, right? Because now we can just, like, attack and Fatal Push. Just attack for 3. And just hold up Fatal Push. And then do this next turn. We still can't lose. Monastery Swift Spear. My girl Taylor Swift. T Swift in the house. Roast. Roast. Absolutely roasted, mate. Okay. I guess I will sacrifice this. Put the counters here. Protection from red. I now have a 6/6. Push that. Take 2. I think it's better to play the Knight. I don't know. I could have just attacked for 6 there. Attack for 7, maybe. Okay, we only hit 1. Guess if they have a 3rd roast, it could be kind of awkward, but they just don't have that much pressure, you know? And I don't know how they're ever killing a 6/6. Burning Tree Emissary. Okay. I accept. Also fine. So they have a Tarkus command. Is that their plan? I could block here to play around a Tarkus command, right? 11, go to 3. They have no cards in hand. Probably fine, right? Then we have 6, 10, 12, 13, 14. Any human is lethal. Yeah. It's the best block if they have a Tarkus command, which they're pretty loudly telling me they have. Yeah, that's fine. So we go to 3. No, we go to 4, right? We go to 3. And that's lethal. Oh, it was lethal with this because they had to take a damage off the command, right? Yeah. They weren't dead to that, right? 6, 10, 13. They should have maybe... Oh, they knew about the Berserker in hand. Yeah. Okay. Game 3. Do we want these specialists? Yeah, they knew about the Berserker from the Knight-Errant. What should we cut for specialist? Maybe return is too slow? I love extraction specialist because that's what they call me when I'm not going to read the rest of that comment. I am not going to read the rest of that comment. I'm going to pretend I never saw that. Yeah, let's just do this. All right, last game, all the marbles, chat, playing for the 5-0. This hand's really good. Keep this. Playing for the 5-0. Let's get it. Let's get it. Do you believe? Who's a believer? Who is a believer? Well, they're an epic here. No second land. Let's go. It's gonna play Cartel, right? Your turn. You can go like land double shock. Otherwise, they just can't beat this Cartel. Why can't I use the timeout non-sub reward? I disabled it. I hate that reward. I don't like it that much. I guess I'll take this, right? Yeah, I'll take this. If I block sack, they can shock in response. They did hit a land. Lucky. Yeah, another Kumano. Another Kekmano. I'm at 11. So now we can go Pupil Lieutenant, I think. And I'm debating if I want to... No, this thing's not a human, right? It's just a soldier. Okay. Send? Maybe I'll leave back the Cartel, actually. Maybe I'll leave back everything. No, because I don't want to block with the Witness, since if I trade with either of their things, it gets exiled, and I don't get a token. So I'll just hold back the Cartel. But they can't really attack through Cartel anyways. Sure. Maybe we can, like, push plus second Cartel next turn or something. Okay, so Spear's fine. Boneheimer. The Boneheimer memes. Since when is this a math stream? Is there any way I could put them on a 2-turn clock? Like Berserker, counter on Cartel, sack Berserker, sack Pupil, return. Kind of have to commit a lot, though. Jaren, Corrupted Bishop. Which one's that? I mean, if I just go Berserker, counter on Cartel, attack with just Cartel, I should be able to kill them next turn, right? And just hold up Fatal Push. Or even play a second Cartel and just have a million blockers. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's just go... Can I make a big lifelinker? Not this turn, because the token can't attack, you know what I mean? But I can, like, sack Witness end of turn. You know what I mean? So I can go EOT, sack Witness, then untap and make a big lifelinker. I don't need to do that this turn, though. I can just do this. Send for 4. Maybe even just sack the Pupil now. To make it 6, that puts them to 12. And then I need to get 6 counters next turn. Which I feel like I should be able to do, right? Yeah, let's sack the Pupil main phase. Counters here. Red. I think this is good. Puts them to 12. And we still have 4 blockers. And they should be dead next turn, I think. Unless something weird happens. Like, I think even if they go Synthesizer, Bushwhacker, we still don't take lethal. Even if they go land Bushwhacker. Den of the Bugbear, that ain't gonna do it. That certainly ain't gonna do it. They choose not to attack. Okay, untap. I don't need to make the lifelinker. Multiple colorless blockers. Yeah, if they had, like, Ornithopters or Sokenzan, maybe. But they only had 2 lands in place, so they couldn't even get the Sokenzan there. Okay, do I have lethal? So, sacrifice these 2. Return back all 3. Protection both? Oh, I can protection both. That's a good point. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that should be lethal. So we go... Sacrifice Berserker. I should have sacked this first. Pro red. Sacrifice Lieutenant. Pro red. Return back all 3. 3, 4, 5. Should be good enough. Okay, so we go counter on Pupil. Easy. God damn, dude. 5-0, first league, new brew. You love to see it. God, this deck felt really powerful. Big fan of that. Big fan of that. Let's get some hype in the chat. Let's get some hype in the chat. New brew, first league, 5-0. Shout out to Tonber, by the way. Tonber coming in with the tech. I mean, I don't even, you know, everybody in the YouTube channel always asks me at the end of a league, like, what would I want to change and stuff. I don't even know. Deck feels honestly really perfect. I could see maybe more witnesses. It's just, like, the card that kind of maybe impressed me the least was Return, as far as at 3 copies. Like, maybe you go down to 2 and add a 3rd witness, but there's not really a lot I want to change about this deck. It's just kind of perfect. Yeah, multi-format staple. Yeah, it's just like, Nantuko Husk is not really something that you want. It's not a human, you know? It's just not a human. Isn't the same deck from months ago, besides for Cauldron? No, because the previous deck didn't have...